Well, I think we need to age limit the president in youth. Why don't we age limit him and when they're elderly? You have to be 35 to be president. Well, I think at 65 you can't be president.
Right.
Doesn't that make sense to you?
If there's a starting age, there should be an end age.
Those are some kick-ass years right there. Mm-hmm. Now you can be elected at 65 and you can serve 2 terms. You can end up 73, but I think we need to limit it.
Yeah,
because and I think there should be an age limit on the Supreme Court too. Also in Congress, Jesus, if just in my lifetime propping up some of these fuckers, you're like. Dianne Feinstein is a Democrat. Like, you should have gone. Don't you have grandkids? The fuck are you doing? Strom Thurmond was growing into his chair. It was like one of those things you see in those alien movies where he was becoming part of it. There was another guy. He would sleep, and there was a guy that was on his.
Strom Thurmond, his aide would vote for him.
It would reach over with a stick and hit the button to vote while he was sleeping.
The original stick.
It was like they were children. A chaplain was in Congress, just constantly.
We beg your pardon.
Dad, I'd do my job. The chicken laws I would pass would be amazing.
They, with his historic ratings being in the shitter, they are now pushing. DHS is pushing for what they're calling emergency demolitions of DC landmarks.
Emergencies.
They're calling it emergent. So he's now estimating, by the way, as he builds other things, that his ballroom will come in at around $400 million.
Jesus
now.
Christ.
It's no longer $250.
Oh,
he is building an Arc de Trump. A memo that the Washington Post was leaked this past Tuesday shows that they're using the new justification to explain their effort to tear down most of DC's history, and they're saying that it is an emergency under Kristi Noem.
Okay, so
they're trying to fast track the demolition of more than a dozen historic buildings at St. Elizabeth's in Southeast Washington.
Is there a list? What buildings are we talking about? Because he's already fucked up the White House. Like, how do you? So when it started happening, I remember the day that I saw the cranes and stuff knocking shit down. I'm like, I don't remember this on the news. I don't remember Congress saying, "Hey, I didn't remember any voting on this." I don't remember anybody saying.
There's no lead up. No,
he just
nothing.
Hey, Vito, Johnny, come here. Bring equipment. We're gonna. And
that's it.
And they just knocked it down, and no one stopped them. I don't understand.
St. Elizabeth's campus, they're tearing down. They're getting a lot of pushback from historic landmark groups, but they're claiming it's an emergency.
The emergency is it doesn't have his name on it.
That's he's building what he wants to build. Yeah.
Again, we're back to how fucking sad and cowardly this man is. Like, do you understand that your legacy in America should be for the people, and yet he's canceled their health care? He starved. The estimates now worldwide are 700,000 people will die from starvation and from preventable diseases because we stopped helping them. So he's literally the worst serial killer we've ever had in office as president. We wars aside, but he actually went out of his way to actively just starve people.
We're not even talking about USAID. We're not talking about AIDS preventative programs that we had all over the world,
right?
Or
medicine,
the war on women's bodies,
or the vaccines that we sent to people that saved children when they were born.
But the women that died because they were forced to, they weren't allowed to get a DNC. I mean, there are women that died.
But so people go, I get that some people go, well, fuck them, man. Why should we help other people? So let me tell you guys where the food came from. I've said it before. We'll say it again because I want you to tell everybody. The food came from American farmers. American farmers got the government contracts for billions of dollars. And when he stopped USAID and he imposed tariffs, farmers went bankrupt. He just sent farmers $12 billion again, because the first term he did it too. It's like you guys elected the same fuck up, and he's fucking up the exact same way. I find it stunning that we're here,
and it's not going to go directly to them. It's going to have to go to the lenders.
Yes, it goes. Yes, they don't get the money. They got to go.
Right. That's why it's actually. It's all a fucking scam.
There was I read a story. This happened. Did I talk about this? Have I talked about this? The guy that got burned by him in New York City. So
which one?
Yeah. Exactly. Wow, I just heard myself. He had 4,000. Trump's had 4,000 lawsuits in 1,900 days of his life. 4,000. Now do the math on that. That's every 4 days somebody fucking sued him.
Yep.
Okay. So Trump would actually, and he's doing it now, the contractors, the guys that were ruining the White House didn't get paid. Did you know that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They weren't getting paid. They stopped because they weren't getting paid. So now the East Wing is fucking gone and it's open.
Yeah.
Like, so perfect. There was when he was building his hotels in Atlantic City and stuff, he shorted a guy. It was a construction guy, a shitload of money, and he owed him $4 million. And the guy, Trump said, "Fuck it, sue me. Go ahead, sue me, and I'll drag it out till it's over." So it goes on for 3 years. They finally offered to settle for a third of what he's owed.
Mhm.
So the guy's going to get 1.5 million. The guy accepted it, got his 1.5. He went to every single one of his creditors, paid them off, drove home in his driveway, sat in his truck, and blew his brains out. So that's who this fucker is. And he's doing it again. But the absurdity, it's, the Kennedy Center, when you get offended by it, it's ridiculous because he just stuck letters on the wall. Let's just be honest. He just stuck some fucking letters on the wall. Yeah. However, the fragile ego and the narcissistic stupidity of this asshole that he could just like it's mine now. Yeah. Click.
Let's talk about something positive.
I do get that to you people listening and pay attention to this podcast that we do kind of ride Trump a lot. But however, I wish it wasn't happening. I wish we had we didn't, because we didn't do it to Biden.
Yeah, well, Biden also wasn't. Have you seen these fucking plaques? Look, we're just going to keep going because it's just like a runaway train of absurdity. That's just.
Can you bring up some of the stuff that's on the plaques? We haven't read any of them.
Yeah, it's really awful.
Can you?
I was just reading about the bruises on his hands.
Do you see what they did? They literally brought in some like Star Wars makeup guy.
Yeah,
it's weird. He's like, that looks kind of normal. Then you close and you can actually see like there's a like
Caroline Leavitt continues to say, "We've already told you the president is literally constantly shaking hands, and yet I say every president has literally constantly shaken hands." When
I'm at shows, man, I shake hands we do meet and greets after the show.
He got some heavy makeup.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he's back fisting everybody.
On Christmas Eve, there are photos where it's usually his right hand is so discolored they've been putting makeup on it, but now his left hand is greatly discolored.
Do you know why?
Too.
Because we know this because of stuff we've been through medically, is that that you wear the vein out. At one point, you can only put so many, and he can't walk around with a port or an IV already in. He can't. He's the president. Why is the president wearing gloves all the time all of a sudden? So what they do is they go, well, let's go to the other hand now because they've beat the shit out of that vein.
Calloused and
they beat the hell. That vein has to grow back.
So he has no idea which part of his body was scanned in those MRIs. Then he's falling.
I believe it. I believe that. He's an idiot.
He's falling asleep at events at the White House, and now he's got two hands. So what's going on? I just think it's so interesting that the media was so obsessive about Biden's health.
Biden just coughed weird.
And we're not really talking about this.
Well, if we look at what's going on right now, and by the way, people, I will tell you this right now, the only place you're going to get real news is podcasts right now. Maybe Rachel Maddow, but even MSNBC. Katie Tour is a chaos agent. I have seen her literally say something. Yeah, but but he did make the UN cough up money, right? And then they had some retired general on, obviously right winger, on MSNBC, and he was going, yeah, he made him pay. They instead of 2%, they pay 4% now. And he goes in, and they're coming through with this. So it's a good thing he did that. And I kept thinking, this guy fucks up on a daily basis. He's literally destroyed the Constitution and rule of law. Mm-hmm. And why is Katie Tur trying to give me an upside?
Yeah, it's not even close to the both sides thing. It's 1,000,000 versus 1.
I don't get it.